Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for itracks webinar. Mobile qualitative video apps. What should I look for when choosing a solution? My name is Garnett Weber, one of the co-founders of itracks. With the rapid adoption of mobile devices, there are new options for qualitative market research data collection. Suddenly, the majority of the population has handheld communication devices with high-quality cameras constantly at their fingertips. This webinar will help provide information for researchers looking to choose a platform to conduct mobile qualitative video research. Due to the large number of people attending, we will be taking questions, but we will do it in the GoToWebinar panel. So if you have questions or comments, please enter them throughout the webinar in the chat area at the bottom of the GoToWebinar panel. Let's get started. What to look for in a qualitative mobile video app. This webinar presentation will be provided by Joel Schmaltz. Joel first started his career in the market research industry in 1999 with itracks. He was hired to oversee its qualitative services division. He helped develop and pioneer a large number of the online qualitative research tools in use today throughout the industry. Joel led the development of the first iteration of itracks' industry-leading bulletin board focus group software, now known as itracks Board. After a brief period as an IT consultant, Joel returned to itracks in 2006 and has assumed various roles, including managing the systems department, leading the operations group, and business development. Joel provides great value to clients in helping them find a value and a transition plan for their current research practices into online and mobile development environments. All right, let's proceed. Go ahead, Joel.
Thank you, Garnett, and it's my pleasure to be here, everyone. Today we're going to talk about mobile qualitative from a video data collection perspective, and what are some of the primary things you should look for when choosing a solution. Really what I want to spend the majority of the time today is kind of talking about the software and talking about this research methodology in broader brushstrokes, because there are a lot of choices out there now these days, and I want to make sure that that we're putting some of the right messages out to our customers. So for instance, you might be curious to know whether or not you can do video data collection within a grocery store, for instance, or in some sort of store environment. That's the screenshot that we have here. You might wonder, can I do in-home video ethnography through mobile now? Like, where is the mobile video data collection capabilities at in the industry today, and what are some of the things that I can do? So I'm really kind of excited about this topic, and looking forward to talking about some of the capabilities, not only of the itracks platform, but also a lot of the project considerations that you may have when conducting mobile video research. So the first one that probably comes to everyone's mind is really around budget. So mobile device data collection can definitely reduce a project budget if you're comparing that to sending out a research team and videographers into the homes to assist with the video data collection. Also, in some cases where you might be sending video recording devices and memory cards and shipping everything in a secure fashion, that can also add quite a bit of time and labor to your projects, and that's really where mobile video data collection can come in pretty handy from both the research team's perspective, the brand's perspective, and also from the respondent perspective. Over 80% of respondents are equipped now with smart mobile devices that would be compatible with the itracks technology from a video data collection perspective. So it can certainly reduce your budget when you're putting all the video data collection responsibility in the hands of the respondent and their smart mobile device. Another consideration for mobile-based video research is really the location of the participants. In a lot of cases, when you're sending a research team out and videographers, you're probably going to be concentrated to geographic locations. So you're either doing the research in one city or maybe 2 or 3 large cities where you can have a good concentration of participants to go out and meet with. And that can really limit the feedback that's coming in when you are constrained to geographic locations. With mobile video data collection, you can really go out to a U.S. National audience or even a North American audience or even a global audience for that matter with mobile video data collection capabilities, and that really can make a huge impact on budget and project scope. So that's really a great advantage of mobile. Project schedule is another issue that really can come up and can definitely impact your decision on whether or not to move forward on a video data collection project. So mobile video data collection can be done very quickly, seamlessly, efficiently, and that's another huge advantage when talking about doing mobile video projects. Also, another thing to consider here around the storage of the videos is the ability to have those videos available to you at any time. So if you ever want to go back and look at videos from a project that you had ran a year ago, for instance, you can always come back in and take a look at any old video content in our platform. So timing definitely can be another consideration for video data collection. Again, when you're putting the mobile device in the hands of the respondents, they can do things at their convenience instead of having a scheduled time when you might have to send somebody into the home with a videographer and a research team. Also, the type of research tasks you might be asking participants to perform. Privacy could be an issue, so if you want to observe people utilizing medical devices, for instance, in the home, that would require some privacy, and you might get a clearer look at the video task if they aren't performing, let's say, for people that may be with them in the home. So a couple of other great considerations. Another really neat thing that we found in doing mobile video data collection at itracks is in a lot of cases respondents will ask their spouses, their significant others, their children to help record the videos. I've got some great examples of that coming up too right within the presentation. So some of the other kind of implementation considerations from a technological perspective is really device access. So with itracks in particular, we support both Android and iOS, so we cover the vast majority of devices that are out there and that people are using today. Fixed broadband internet. So a lot of people, if they're participating in non-mobile video research, so through a computer webcam, fixed broadband might be a consideration that you would consider. Also, a lot of people have Wi-Fi capabilities in their homes now, which makes mobile video research really easy if you're doing any type of research in the home. Mobile cellular data subscriptions, another thing to consider sometimes, depending on what tasks you're sending the respondents out on. Some of the general considerations, again, privacy we talked about a little bit, data security, so securing that data. All the data that's getting uploaded to our systems is secure and coming up over encrypted connections, so that's another great thing that really makes the discussion between the moderator and the respondent very secure. You may need permission to record in some environments. The time required for participants, that can really impact your incentive planning. So a lot of customers will ask me, so I want to do a 3-day mobile video data collection project, and I would normally pay respondents $75 for that. And then we just take a look at the research design, and if you see a couple of 30-minute shopping trips that are added on to the question or discussion guide, then you got to pay some extra incentive for people to be willing to go out into the community and record those videos. And then also there's some time consideration around the video analysis. Anytime you add video to your project, you are going to add some additional reporting cycles for your work. So you really need to budget some additional time to look after the video in the platform. So some other considerations here that I'd like to talk about. I'm actually going to jump into the software a little bit here with this slide, but there are a couple of different perspectives on how you can tap into mobile capabilities, whether it's through a native app, which is what we've done here at itracks on both the Android and iOS platforms, or whether you go with an HTML5 or a web browsing interface, which is mobile compatible. So here's some of the considerations that we've documented. With a native app, it does require the downloading of an app, and which can be seen in some cases as maybe that's a bit of a barrier for participants to participate in the research. That's what people think anyway. But I have another slide coming up right away here that kind of will talk about that. One nice thing about native app solutions is users can actually move on to another task while the video is uploading, whereas from an HTML5 perspective, web browser perspective, if you're uploading a 5-minute video, let's say, through a web browser, you have to stay on that video upload screen on the web page until that video finishes uploading. So if you're on a slower connection, that could take 5 to 10 minutes, and without leaving that screen on your device, that can really impact your video success upload rates. So also ease of use, usability, the usability is much greater in a native app solution versus a web page that is mobile compatible. So some of the considerations for a web browser solution is things are typically accessible from a link within your email. There's no download required, so if you have a mobile compatible solution that's a web browser, an app download is not required. And then the must stay on the screen while file is uploading is definitely a big consideration that can lead to companies saying that perhaps only 30-second videos are supported on our platform, whereas at itracks we don't really have a limit on how long the videos are being recorded and uploaded via mobile. We just have a best practices recommendation of 2 to 5 minutes, because you don't want to necessarily ask respondents to sit there and wait for 5 or 6 minute videos to upload. In all cases, typically a general rule of thumb is for every minute of video you're recording on a typical high-speed connection, it's about a minute to upload. So if you're asking your respondents to upload 5-minute videos, then you have to let them know that it could take up to 5 minutes for that video to upload to our system. So just a quick consideration. So I'm going to jump into my phone now. I've actually got an iPhone with me. It's an iPhone 6. I'm going to bring up my screen share here so I can actually interact with my device directly on our webinar here. So we're just going to make sure that my screen sharing software is up and running. So just bear with me for a moment as I get that going. And you'll notice that you're looking at my screen, and I can actually interact with my device directly. And I'm just going to minimize. Try to minimize that. Okay, So what I'm going to do is I've actually emailed myself an invitation to participate in a mobile video data collection project. And I'm going to go to my inbox here on my phone because I don't actually have the app installed yet, because I wanted to just showcase how easy it is to get an app from a respondent's perspective. So this is Candice, one of my test users. So I'm actually going to click on the iOS link on my device, and I'm going to go right into the store. Now you can see that I've downloaded this app before because I've got the cloud download button enabled in my app store. If I'd never downloaded the app before, we'd have a download and install link here, but I'm just going to click on the cloud button. So normally if I'd never downloaded the app before, I'd get asked for my iTunes password at this point, but because I've downloaded it before, I can just simply download it. The download is already complete. The app is already installed on my phone, and I can click the open button, and then I get our terms of use, which is standard on all of our projects. Oh, 1 second, sorry about that. It's the fun when we're doing these types of projects in real time. You never know when somebody may call you on your device, but I'm going to accept the terms of use there, and then I'm going to remember the password that I had from my email, and I'm going to go ahead here and log into this particular project. And I'm just going to look at my room number here, and I'm going to turn on the Remember Me functionality so that the next time I go into the app, I don't have to enter my username and password. And I'm going to go ahead and hit log in. So there we go. I'm actually logged into a version of our mobile software. So that was really straightforward from the respondent's perspective. It was really easy for me to download and install the app and get logged in with my login credentials for the first time. And I can actually jump in to this particular discussion board, and I can actually start replying to questions. So just to give you a quick idea, we talk about the ease of use from a video data collection perspective on this slide. I'm actually going to choose to upload a video response here on this particular question. I'm going to flip my camera around, and so here I am in real time. I'm going to hit the record button, and I'm actually recording a video right now, a video response on my mobile device, and you're seeing me all in real time. So I'm just going to record a fairly short video, and I'm going to choose to use that video on our system, and I'm going to submit it up into our platform. So this will just take a few moments for the video to upload, and then it is actually available to use in our system. So one thing that you'll notice is I did do a very short video there as an example, and you might be thinking, well, what if I have a longer video? Well, just before the webinar this morning, I actually came into this discussion board, and I wanted to record a longer video, so I just have to quickly find it here in my example board. So here we go. This is here's the video that I actually just recorded, which is only about a 10-second video. I can actually click the play button here, and we can actually watch this video. And what we're seeing here is our tagging interface. I'm going to come back to this tagging interface in just a little bit, but the purpose for me coming here right now is I wanted to show you the video that I recorded earlier this morning and uploaded, and you can see the time of this video. It's a 5-minute video that I recorded, and we have a fairly robust high-speed connection here, so I actually uploaded this video in about 30 seconds, but typically from a respondent's perspective, a 5-minute video would take about 5 minutes to upload under standard connection speeds. If some of your respondents are going to have fiber in their homes now, or very high-speed wireless connections on cellular data networks. The videos will upload extremely quickly, but you can see that it's great quality and that it's a full video. It's the full 5 minutes of video recorded here in our platform. So just a great example and a differentiator for itracks. We don't have, a 30-second limitation, or we don't have challenges here from a video upload perspective. So I'm going to jump back into my deck, but we are going to come back to the software here definitely as well. There are a couple more slides that I wanted to get through. So the app versus browser video data collection question is kind of highlighted here in this statistic. So what we can see actually is that people are very comfortable here in spending minutes on mobile apps, and we're actually seeing that more digital time is spent in apps than on desktops, and it greatly exceeds the time that people are spending on mobile-enabled web pages. So you can see that there's a huge disparity there between mobile apps and mobile web. So what we're trying to do here with this slide is to educate our customers that respondents don't have an issue installing an app on their devices and participating in these mobile video data collection projects. So when you hear companies say that, oh, well, a web page interface that's HTML5 compliant and is a much better solution because people won't download and install the app, that is completely untrue. We do a ton of mobile posts at itracks. In fact, we're setting records on almost a monthly basis. We're at between 16 and 18,000 mobile posts per month on a regular basis, and that's all from an app, not from an HTML5 web page. So definitely from our perspective, the mobile app solution is definitely the way to go from a video data collection perspective. So I talked about the maximum length of videos. So with itracks on mobile, there is no real limit. We do have a 15-minute limit for webcam recorded videos, but from a mobile device, there really is no limit. Again, from a best practices perspective, we recommend between 2 and 5 minute video clips, or shorter if you'd like, but there is a really robust capability here for getting our videos up into the system. And we actually do something called video part uploading here at itracks. So what we do is we break up the video into small parts. Our technology does, and then it uploads one piece at a time. So even if a video upload gets interrupted on, let's say, a 5-minute video, the next time the user turns their mobile device on or comes back into the app, that video upload just resumes instead of starting over. So on a HTML5 or web page-based video upload, if you interrupt that upload, you're starting over from scratch, and that's a big reason why web page solutions say, keep your videos to under 30 seconds, because users don't typically want to wait for that video to finish. I mean, they're used to using things like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and maybe even LinkedIn, and they don't want to wait for those video uploads to finish. They'd like them to upload in the background while they're moving on to their next their next activity on their device, or checking their email or going to a web page. So another great feature with itracks video data collection by app is we actually are compressing the videos as well prior to upload. So even if you're recording a high definition video, our system is intelligent enough to compress those videos and bring them back into a manageable file size for respondents to deal with when uploading the videos. We also have client observation capabilities from mobile here at itracks. We have inter-participant interaction capabilities, moderation capabilities, and notifications throughout. So I'm going to jump back into the software here again, and we're going to take a quick look at some of these capabilities. So I'm going to bring up my screen share here again. Let's see if it's still live. No, so just give me a second here as I bring up my iPhone again. I'm going to turn my mirroring on. So there it is. So I'm still logged in as Candace, my respondent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this over to Nathan. He's one of my observers. And I'm going to log in here as Nathan into our app. So this is kind of a really great feature, again, from itracks. Now, I'm not going to remember my username and password in this case, because I'm not going to be logging in multiple times here with Nathan, but now I'm logging in as a client observer into mobile. So if I'm a client and I'm out for dinner with my family and I want to check in on how a video data collection project is running, I can actually jump right into the app here, and I can look at responses that are happening on the device, and I can actually jump all over the place here in this particular project very easily. So on the day 2 restaurant experience, I can look at the order your food category, and I can scroll down here to the bottom of this particular post, and I actually can see that I've got another client observer response here from Tamara right in the platform. And if I scroll down even further, I actually see that I've left a post here to the moderators to follow up with Joel on this particular video, the 5-minute video that he loaded on his response. And I can even look at some of the pictures that have been uploaded in this particular project, or I can even view some of the videos that have been recorded here in the system. So here's an example of an ordering experience at a McDonald's restaurant, and I haven't actually watched this video yet from my mobile device, so it downloaded, and that's actually my son, because this is just a bit of a test project for me and one of his friends, but they're at McDonald's ordering some food from one of the workers there. So it's kind of a really great example of how you can leverage mobile, and again, from the client observer perspective, this is really convenient for me. I can open up my iPhone or my Android, and I can look and see how the research is going as it's unfolding. I don't wait for the report. In this case, I can actually get this information right away. Another thing you'll notice, I'm not going to log back in as Candace, but I'm just going to tell you that in this particular project I have inter-participant discussion capabilities. So if I were logged in as Candace, I'd be able to see all these responses. So we've got one from Candace here, from Whitney, and we've got a response from Kirk. We have inter-participant capabilities in our mobile app. We also have what's called interview mode capabilities. So if we just want to have one-on-one discussions with a group of, let's say, 30 respondents, we can configure the software to do that. Or we can have the inter-participant discussion capabilities right in the platform itself. Another great thing that I wanted to show you now, I'm going to log out of the app. I'm actually going to log in now as a moderator in this app. And this is, again, a great feature that's kind of unique to itracks, is that all of our different user types also have a version of the mobile app, and they can log in to these apps and interact with the respondents. So that's kind of another great feature. So if I jump into, let's actually go into our in-restaurant experience again, and over to order your food, I can actually reply here to Kirk's response, and I can say, hey, Kirk, great video. And I'm just typing in a bit of a longer response. So from a moderation perspective, why I'm showing this is you don't have to be at your home office or at your office working from your desktop. If you're on the go, you're traveling, you're in an airport, you're in a hotel, you can actually moderate as well from the mobile platform. And again, that's a great example of how you can work within the platform. We got a push notification there directly from our app. That's because I'm logging in from multiple user perspectives. So what I'm going to show you next, I'm going to log back in as Candace, and we're going to dive into that user notification capability as well from our mobile app. So just bear with me here as I get Candace logged back in. This time I'm going to remember me because we might come back in as Candace again, and I'm going to log in here as Candace. And we're going to actually cut over to our web-based version of the software. And so here we are. Candace recorded this video. This is that 5-minute video that we recorded earlier today. But Nathan, my observer, asked me to follow up as a moderator. So I'm looking at this group now from the web version from a moderation perspective. So I'm going to actually follow up with my respondent here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to resize my window a little bit so that you can see my mobile device as well. So just bear with me for a second as I get this kind of configured. So I'm just going to ask Candace here to please elaborate. And I want you to watch my phone on the right-hand side after I hit the post reply button. Now I'm also sending Candace a probing email, and I just wanted to let you know you don't have to do that. If your respondents are using mobile, they do receive push notifications automatically without setting this. But I did want to show that we also have a probing capability here on the platform. So as soon as I post that response, we actually get a push notification on our device. I can click on it. I come back into the app as Candace, and I hit the launch button, and that takes me directly to my response in this probe in this particular project. So I'll just bring that iPhone over a little bit here, and we can see the moderator's please elaborate response, and we can just type in a quick text message here, and we can see the response come through from Candace on that particular post. Now if I come back in here and refresh my screen, this will show us Candace's new post, the test text that I entered here in response to that push notifications right here, and it's showing up in yellow, which is an indicator that it's a new post. We've also got the word new here in asterisks that's telling us that it's also a new post. So just a couple of quick examples. Now another thing about push notifications that I did not show you here, but also happens as a moderator, if you're logged in from mobile as well, as soon as Candace replied to that post, you would also receive a push notification to come back and that a respondent has responded to one of your probes, which is another great feature in the itracks platform. So just jumping back in here to the slide deck. So from a report output perspective, we've got a great screenshot here of our video highlight and editing tool. It's another consideration when comparing mobile video data collection projects. Your transcripts, how do they handle all these videos? We've had projects where respondents have uploaded over 600 videos. So how do you deal with all that video content? Coding capabilities are highlight reels, which you're seeing here again on the screenshot, and then the integration of mobile for the ability for moderators to come in and observers to come in via mobile. We kind of saw all that as well. So I'm going to jump back into the web-based version of our platform, and we're going to go through a couple of these different capabilities. So we'll take a look at our 5-minute video here, which I've already tagged, and we're going to actually add some more tags. So for instance, in this particular project, if let's say there's an aha moment here, I said something really brilliant that I wanted to record, I can actually line up my tag here with where I'm at in the video, make sure that this whole clip I'm creating, so we're talking about McDonald's breakfast, we can actually create that aha moment here on this particular video clip. And let's say it's not that long, it's not a 2-minute aha moment. Let's shorten that a little bit, and we'll hit the save and close button here. And that new aha moment has been recorded here on this particular video tag. You'll notice the color is the same here for the 2 aha moments. And you'll notice that I didn't leave any text on this code, so our system automatically fills in the category name if you don't leave any text. Now, what we can do with these tags is we can come up here. I'm just going to maximize my screen, and we can go into our video highlights screen and we can actually see how we're working with these video tags in our video highlights reporting screen. So we can actually create custom videos here, and we can look at videos. So for instance, if I want to look at all my aha moments that have been recorded on this particular project, here they are. So I've got some aha moments that came from a couple of my drive-through videos, and I've got one from a little interview question. I can actually bring these down, and I can create my own custom video as well, and I can move things around here to kind of align the two drive-through videos and then the interview videos. I can even view the video in line in my player. And another neat thing here that I'll just show you quickly is we can actually see that we're creating a 1-minute 45-second video here from these 4 tags. And then when I'm ready, I can go ahead and create this video, hit the save button, and those video tags are going up to our media conversion server now, and it's queued up right now, but it's going to start processing right away and then be available for download in an MP4 format. So really slick capability. Now, I don't have to necessarily wait though for that video to finish. Let's say I want to add some drive-through orders, food pickups, and upsells. And dine-in ordering tags. I can actually create another filter here, custom filter, bring all those tags back, and I can clear my highlight reel, and I can start making another custom video here in the platform. So very easy to use, very slick interface. This is all click and drag. I do have an IT background, but you can clearly see here you do not need to be a computer expert to use this interface within our platform. So a great capability. Now, another thing that we talked about in the slide presentation is the ability to download multimedia-enabled transcripts. So I'll just show that really quickly as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a default transcript here. We do have some advanced filtering capabilities. We can select individual participants or groups, segments. We can also select individual questions or topics for download. I'm just going to leave everything selected by default here. And I'm going to go ahead and export this transcript, which is going to come down in a Microsoft Word format. And this is going to take just a few moments to download from my perspective. And this is actually a fairly small file. It's only 2.4 megabytes right now, which is kind of cool because I've got all the multimedia thumbnails here enabled right inside my platform, and we're also bringing across avatars if our respondents have associated an avatar with their profile, and we can see all the videos that have been recorded and pictures, polling questions that have been asked. We can see the visuals here from the polling activities. Just some really great capabilities. Another thing that we use in our transcript is we have what's called the Navigation Pane enabled. This is a custom report, but we're using a native Word document here when we generate these transcripts, and I can actually now navigate right in my Word document to specific places in this particular transcript report. So I can actually go right to my videos of drive-through, and I can see the videos that have been recorded in my platform. So another neat thing, I can actually hold the control key down on my keyboard, hit the play button here on the video, and that's going to bring me to a web-based version of the videos here, and I can log in with a moderator username and password for this particular project. Client observers, if you choose, can have this access as well, and we can see the drive-through experience right here from a video perspective. So this eliminates the need for downloading all these videos. Let's say it's 600 videos, finding a place online, a Dropbox to upload them, and then providing your clients with access without any context to these videos. The transcript provides a tremendous amount of context around what videos are being displayed, and gives your client observers the ability to log in and look at these videos at any time. So a really slick way to kind of communicate the media capabilities out to your respondents. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to showcase, let's just jump back into the deck, is best practice recommendations. So I'm going to talk about this demo project that we've been looking at today. I'll just jump back into it here, actually. So one of the things are some of the best practices that we talk about when we're doing video data collection is setting up a welcome area in the platform. You might want to talk about the study. You might want to have an introductions page, and you might want to have kind of a test video upload in this section before you're asking them to go to the drive-through, for instance. You want to make sure the respondents had a chance to you know, test out the software on their device, make sure they're comfortable with it, tell them, you know, what are the expectations, remind them maybe of their incentives, and then have them do a sample or a test video, something that's usually fun, and then they're ready to go, and they're like, man, this is really engaging. This is awesome. I love doing this kind of research where I'm going to get out and go through drive-through and record my experience at McDonald's. Then again, from a best practices perspective, you want to compartmentalize your research. So in this case, this is just an example of what we could do for a project for McDonald's. This is all my family for the most part that's in here, and something that I came up with on my own. But we've got a meal preference, a main course meal preference section here. So we're talking about how you know, what sort of food items are you interested in at McDonald's. And then we go on day two. This is more of an in the field or in the moment experience. It's an in-restaurant experience. So if we jump into order your food, which is where we are, we have some sample videos of food being ordered and picked up here in this particular example project. And we've got some great video content. And what you'll find, especially if you're doing inter-participant discussions, is your respondents will really start to feed off one another, and you'll as soon as you get a couple of videos uploaded here, you're going to see all your respondents uploading videos and getting great feedback from your respondents. And then on the next day, we're jumping into a day 3 drive-through experience. You'll notice that I maybe could have asked the respondents to do both activities in a single day, but I'm not doing that intentionally. And it's the reason from a best practices perspective is we don't want to fatigue our respondents. We call that here at itracks respondent fatigue. If you ask them to do too much in a single day, for let's say in this case it's a $125 incentive, $75 to participate in the discussion guide questions that are just working from their home, and then another $25 for the in-restaurant experience, and another $25 for the drive-through experience. Now, if you are expecting them to order food for a family of 4, you might want to even bump up that incentive amount a little bit more to make sure that you're compensating them for purchasing some food while they're doing the research experience for you. So just a couple of examples of around incentive planning from a best practice perspective, and then also kind of compartmentalizing the in the moment activities you're asking the respondents to do. Don't ask them to do too much in any single day when you're doing video data collection in an asynchronous platform like this. You want to make sure that you're always trying to keep the respondents to about 30 minutes of activity per day. You can get away when you're sending people out into the field, you can probably get away with 45 minutes to an hour, but I would never exceed that, because you will lose people who will just drop out of the project, and they'll say, to heck with my incentives, this is too much work, I'm not getting enough compensation. So it's really important to incentivize correctly when you're asking people to go out and do these types of activities. And if you do that, you get great video content, and nothing speaks louder to executive leadership at a company than video testimonials. So really excited to kind of talk about this from a research perspective. So I'm going to jump back into my slide deck here as well. I've got a few case studies that I wanted to go over on the webinar today, and then we're going to open up for a Q&A session. But this first case study is actually an internal project that itracks put together, and it's one that was really interesting to us because we wanted to find out how many people are going to participate, download and use our mobile app and submit video content on a non-required question. So normally what we've done in the past is we've made video responses required. What can happen if we make a video response not required is you maybe don't get enough video data, but as we've learned more over the years of doing video data collection, we know how to structure the questions, we know how to set up the expectations correctly, we're paying the appropriate incentives. We found in this project that we had a 53% cooperation rate of video content. So not only did we get our 32 participants participating when they were recruited, 53% of them, or just over half, left video responses on a non-required question. We also had some additional research activities which included some polling and heat mapping exercises, but we got some great video from the interiors of some of these SUVs. On this next slide, you'll see an output from a heat mapping exercise. This is of the interior of an SUV, and we were looking for some feedback on our heat mapping exercise. Each one of these little circles on this heat map represents a data point with a qualitative text comment associated with it. So this is a great supplement to any concept testing that you might be doing. And here is an example of the actual qualitative respondents just on the console to the left here of the steering wheel. So we're not showing you every qualitative comment, we're just showing you a region here in the software, and we have what's called region filtering configured in our iMarket platform, which is really advanced and allows you to really drill down into specific areas on a concept when you're generating this type of feedback. So this is a great deliverable that can be embedded in your reporting from itracks. Here's the highlight reel creation tool. So we had videos recorded here from our respondents, and you can see that we did some coding on this particular project as well. And here's a couple of sample videos that are embedded here inside the platform. And so these were some negative comments, and her respondent was talking about a defunct iPod. She had a little interface for an older iPod hookup in her vehicle, which is kind of funny. Over here we have some examples of our positive comments from the respondents, and you can see the bars on the side. That means the respondent's holding the phone in a portrait orientation, and they're taking the video themselves. And really great examples of getting in the moment video feedback in our platform. Those are actual videos from respondents. So this next case study, this one's available on our website as well. We have Star Produce, who was looking to do some research on a new type of tomato. Using the itracks board and the video data collection capabilities, we had some consumers go out and purchase the two types of tomatoes, recording their experience in the grocery store, and then actually recording themselves prepping their meal using the tomatoes in their home. And we did this project in, I believe, start to finish. It was about 4 weeks. That includes all the recruiting, reporting, respondent management. So just a really quick timeline, and had great videos come back in this project as well. And here's some sample videos from this project. So our respondents are showing us the different videos here, or the different tomatoes that they're picking, and another shopping experience, and again a different shopping experience. So we had 3 different respondent experiences here on this particular demo video in the grocery store. We also have some great videos of the respondents using the tomatoes in their home, which was a part of that project as well. This next one talks about an in-home usage test where one of our clients, Great Blue Research, was asked to conduct some research for a large cleaning systems manufacturing company, and they were actually sending prototype products out into the respondents' homes, and then they recorded videos of their experiences with the product. So we got some great video content here as well. Another great thing about this project is they had conducted this project for this particular brand the year before with video ethnographers and sending a research team into these homes. Cost a fortune. They can only hit a few markets to keep their budget within reason. But when they ran the project in the itracks system, they did it at a fraction of the cost, and they went out to a U.S. national audience. And they can do that because they're using mobile video data collection. We had a great testimonial from this particular client. This is also up on our website for you to read as well. This last case study that I'm going to go over is a mobile ethnography and video IDI project. So this was a really great project as well, because we are observing patients in their homes utilizing a medical device. And another great example of doing this this type of research is you've got that comfort level with the respondents. They're okay with showing you in interview mode in the discussion board their experiences with a medical device that's treating a condition of some kind. So this was a great experience for both our client and the end client that was involved here. And this was a mixed mode methodology as well. So not only did we do the patient video ethnography, but we also conducted real-time video interviews with nurse practitioners right in our technology. And so again, a lot of heavy video in this project, but just a great, this case study is a great read as well for anybody that's interested in doing medical device research, or even medical research with either doctors or nurses or other medical professionals. Great opportunities to conduct these types of projects. I love the itracks board format for medical because it can provide a level of anonymity that you maybe don't have when you're doing things in person, and it can also provide doctors with the convenience of participating in this type of research at their leisure at kind of really any time. So you know how busy doctors can be. I'm sure if any of you have conducted in-person research with docs, you can sometimes have a dismal show rate if they get busy with patients. I mean, the research is going to be secondary from a priority perspective for them, which is the great thing about itracks board and an asynchronous approach is even if they got busy during the day, they can still participate from home with the technology. Another great testimonial here from our client, Kinemedica, on this particular project, and this one is also available on our website. So what I want to do next is I'm going to hand the control of the webinar back to Garnett, and Garnett's going to facilitate question and answer period. So it's all yours, Garnett.
Great, thank you, Joel, for the great presentation. We do have a number of questions. Please feel free to add questions to the chat area at the bottom of the GoToWebinar panel. All right, so Joel, definitely a nice, interesting group of questions here. So the first question here, can videos that respondents record be added to a PowerPoint presentation?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, we saw that example just up here. So I'm going to scroll back here, and these are actual participant videos that are embedded in my PowerPoint deck. So definitely, yes, we can do that.
All right, great. Next question here. Can participants use an app and the web in the same project?
Yes. Yep. Our asynchronous itracks board product comes with the web version and the mobile version for all three user types, and that's included in every project. You don't pay any extra for enabling mobile video data collection in our system.
Great. All right. So for store-based videos, do participants have to ask permission to the retailer or not? How does it usually work?
I would say a few years ago, we were probably in about half of these cases getting permission from the retailers to go in and record video. Now, because everybody has a smart enabled mobile device, they are actually never challenged. We get all kinds of research done in the store. Typically, when we're doing this type of research, the end client usually is the brand that we're conducting the research in. So if permission is needed, we can secure it. But in most cases now, because everybody's got a smartphone and they're always, they're always looking at them, they're always out in their hands, it makes it a really kind of acceptable medium to go out there and record videos. So if that's something you're concerned about, definitely secure permission. But I would say in most cases now, we're just sending our participants out into the stores to record these videos.
Are there any industries where mobile videos have met challenges? For example, banking.
That's an interesting question. The areas where I see challenges, I haven't seen any challenges on the financial side of our business, like when we're doing research in that sector. But in medical, with doctors and with patient, I have seen some concerns around the Sunshine Act, I guess in particular, where maybe the identity of the doctor can't be disclosed, or they're concerned about the PII of the patient. So we have kind of worked around some issues on the medical side, but for the most part, we have worked through anything that has been required from a compliance perspective and still run the project. I can only think of one case in my tenure here at itracks where there was a concern that a project didn't actually move forward. And in every other case, projects are moving forward, and we're running like 300 focus group activities here, which will include some of these mobile video data collection projects every month. So just a tremendous amount of research being conducted on our platforms.
Right. During in-store experiences, how do respondents record their interactions? Do they need to have another person accompany them to record their interactions with salespeople, etc.?
Yeah, that's a great question too, and something that we've found, like initially we were sending out stands for people and contraptions or devices that would assist people to record these videos solo. But if I just go back into my drive-through experience here, I phoned my wife a few weeks ago when I was in New York, and I said I want to put together a drive-through experience video project. I didn't tell them how to record the videos. I just said I need some video content of the ordering experience. And this is what we find happens with our respondents as well. They will recruit family members, spouses, significant others to assist them with the video data collection. And you can see here in this case, my wife is actually recording the kids with their experience at the order. Now, we actually, because we weren't doing just one thing, I got my wife and kids to do multiple video recordings in this example. The McDonald's employees eventually caught on. The manager came over and spoke to them and gave everyone free ice cream, and they were actually excited to be kind of participants in this little research project of mine, my personal research project, just getting a better demo set up in the platform. So that's what we find now is the respondents will find a way to get these videos recorded, and you don't have to tell them what to do. You don't have to tell them to recruit their spouse or their kids to help. They'll just do it. We get some great selfie videos as well, where they'll go to their bathroom and they'll look at their mirror and they'll record themselves in the mirror and do a selfie video. And I mean, I've never told a respondent to do that. Those are the types of things that happen. They'll set their cameras up in their kitchens and interact with the tomato cutting project that we talked about earlier as well in one of our case studies. They figure it out. You don't have to tell them what to do. I hope that's pretty long-winded answer, but I hope that sets your mind at ease from a video data collection perspective.
Mm-hmm. And as Joel mentioned, things have really changed over the past couple of years with the increased frequency of video posting on Facebook and some of the social media sites. It is becoming very commonplace for people to take videos and have people take videos of them and selfie videos. Okay, next question here. Have you ever used gamification in your projects?
Yes, actually, we have for community experiences, itracks boards that are running for longer than 30 days, we can incorporate a points module right into our platform. And what gamification theory tells us is if you create some competition or a bit of a game around the research activities, you're going to increase participation rates, and it definitely happens. So what we can do is we can actually assign a set number of points to respondents for recording videos, for instance. So if you record a video, you might get 50 points. If you upload a picture, you might get 25 points. If you respond to a quick poll, you might get 10 points. And then you can use the points module to drive your incentive plans, because when you get into community engagements within our platform, or longer term engagements, you can't pay everybody. Let's say you have 100 people participating, you can't pay everybody $75 a week to participate in that community, right? Because it'll be just way too expensive, it'll blow your budget. So that's when we start to utilize things like our points module and gamification theory to really increase participation rates, and it really does work. It's really successful. I've had a number of great project experiences, not only from the moderator and the client's perspective, but even from the respondent perspective. As long as you're managing people who are trying to manipulate the system, as long as you manage those people right up front with a really strong moderator, you get a great experience with the points module in our platform.
Great. All right. Well, we have come to the end of our time today. We want to thank everybody for attending, and thank you, Joe, for a great webinar presentation. Have a great day. Feel free to contact us if you have additional questions. We will send a follow-up email with a link to review the webinar, or to pass it on to colleagues. And feel free to visit our website. This webinar will be posted and available on itracks website along with other webinars. And we have a recommended resource for you on our website, www.itracks.com, tips for utilizing video content in online market research. Great. Have a great day, and we hope to see you at a future itracks webinar. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. My pleasure today.